Hello, hello, and welcome to another episode of What's Up Spirit, episode number 8. Can you believe it? Sheri, episode number 8.
I can. I can totally believe it. We took a holiday break, which was really delightful to be off technology for more than a couple of days. I really
Yeah,
appreciated that.
yeah. But here we are once again, and here we are coming at you from this beautiful, amazing land that we are on, Vancouver Island. And my name is Reverend Lesia Kohut. I am the spiritual director at the Victoria Truth Center, and I am here with my beloved, spunky co-lead, Sheri Hauser, the lady with the pink hair, love ambassador extraordinaire. And we are here with another opportunity to connect, to catch up, and to maybe muse on some mystical, inspirational ideas to help us to build community, to help us to connect to self, to others, and our world. So, with that in mind, how about we take a few minutes just to connect, to land where we are right here, right now. And so, I'm going to invite you to close your eyes or lower your gaze, whatever it is that
Mm.
feels comfortable. I'm going to invite you to firmly plant your feet wherever you are to become more and more aware of this incredible, amazing energy, this rhythm, this breath that is moving in and out, that is enlivening every single cell, system, and organ, that is the very beingness of who and what you are, that is the very essence of everyone and everything, that is the very rhythm of life that is breathing you, that is living you, that is knowing you into being. And so, as we just take a few moments to really, really bring our attention to our breath, noticing how it moves in and out through our nostrils, in and out through our lungs, perhaps noticing the rise and fall of our belly or our chest, I invite you to open up to this incredible, amazing rhythm, to this energetic flow, to this beautiful rhythm of in and out, in and out, in and out, allowing your attention to land fully, completely, purposefully, right here, right now. And as I do the same, I am so grateful to know that right here, right now is the only thing that matters. The moment of pure creativity, the moment of pure potentiality. And so I open myself up, knowing that there is that in each and every individual within the sound of my voice, that has that in them that is already opening up as well to whatever it is that is percolating in the mind, whatever it is that is rising up from the depths of the soul, whatever it is that is ready to be revealed, to be dug into, to be unearthed, to be explored in our time together today. And so knowing that there is that in each and every individual that is continually expressing, that is continually unfolding, that is continually emerging and evolving, I am so grateful to know that that emergence, that unfoldment, that incredible, amazing illumination is the only thing that is ever in and at play. And so as I open up more fully to that incredible, amazing brilliance that I know myself to be, I know that there is that in each and every individual that does the same, to whatever degree it is that wants to be experienced, that wants to unfold, that wants to emerge, that wants to radiate out into the world. And so knowing that this moment right here, right now is the perfect opportunity to heal, to grow, to expand, to connect, I simply open up my mind, my heart, my soul, knowing that right here, right now is the only thing that matters, and that there is that in each and every individual that is in community with us today, right here, right now, that is doing the same. So for everything that is on its way, for everything that is yet to come, I am so eternally grateful, celebrating the love, the joy, the togetherness, the oneness that is expressing in multiplicity, in diversity, in this incredible, amazing spiritual rainbow of awesomeness. So for all of this and so much more, I simply say thank you for this moment, for this opportunity, for the incredible, amazing love that each and every one of us is. And so it is. And now I just invite you to open up your eyes and see what the world in this moment feels like right here, right now.
Yeah. And as I look around, not directly at the computer screen, coming out of that delicious, energizing meditation, sitting in the unlimited potentiality of this moment. And I love being reminded that that's all there is right now.
Mm-hmm.
And that these worries I have about the future and the stories I tell myself about the past, none of that is right here, right now. And right here, right now, there's no problem. And as I came out of the meditation and opened my eyes, I became immediately aware of what the trees are doing outside my window.
Mm.
And these Gary oaks that are on our property and on our neighbor's property and our surrounding, this part of Victoria, the land of the Lekwungen speaking people. I am noticing just how blustery it is today. The storms, the rain has stopped, but wow, the wind is up. And as I approach any of these trees that are in my yard and the trunks are so sturdy, I'm kind of being amazed in this moment that their limbs and branches are so flexible that they can move and wave
Mm-hmm.
about and be tousled and just be in so much motion, and yet they like are attached. But if you were to go up to them with any force or strength, you could snap one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just realizing that we're a lot like that,
Mm-hmm.
that we can get tossed about and be bendy and flexible.
Mm-hmm.
But if something more powerful comes along, could snap our limbs. I don't know why I'm going there. I'm just sort of marveling, I guess, at nature and that our connectedness to all things. And
Yeah.
we are also flexible and vulnerable, just like the trees. I
Yeah.
suppose that's what's happening for me in this moment.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you. And for me, it is, and it's interesting because I'm in a slightly different area than you. I'm in Brentwood Bay right now, and it's totally still here, like
Mm-hmm.
completely still. It was blustery about an hour and a half ago. But yeah, no, everything is just like, it's dead calm here right now. And so it's so amazing how, you know, this one incredible, amazing energy is expressing differently all the time in a gazillion different ways, in that same moment. And that even our experience of nature, of the weather, can be so different in the same moment. I mean, you and I could be in the same place together and I would see something completely different from you. And my experience would be completely different from you if I were with you at your computer screen, looking out, at, marveling at some of the same stuff, but taking in something slightly different, from a slightly different perspective. And And so for me, that sort of that opportunity to shift, that opportunity to see things from a different, point of view, to experience things differently, ties in to one of the things that I wanted to bring into the conversation today, which popped up in my inbox this morning. And I mean, there were so many things that were already coming up for me even before that. But then when this came up, it was in an email invitation from Lynn McTaggart, who is the author of The Power of Eight, The Intention Experiment, and for over 30 years has been doing intentional experiments and research on the power of intention, the amplified power of intention in a collective group of people. Doesn't matter if they're in the same room or if they're, across the globe. No, it doesn't. That's the idea, because everything is energy. And if we look at it from a quantum perspective, there is no time or space. So this incredible, amazing energy that is the very essence of each and every one of us, it's just always available, ever present, whether it is as blustery, bendy trees in your neighborhood or dead, calm, still, stoic-like trees in my neighborhood, or this information that has been just sort of, inspiring me since I got this email a couple of hours ago, where she talks about the 3 essential principles for making great change. And to me, this really stood out because partly it's a new year, so for a lot of people, January 1st ends up kind of being the time of, I'm going to do things differently. I'm going to try something that I haven't tried before. I'm going to open up to the new. I'm going to let go of something that no longer serves. And yet we can have the greatest of intentions, and then maybe 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 2 months, 3 months down the road, we find ourselves repeating the same kind of patterns, behavior, whatever that we were caught up in before. So the 3 things that she brings up are the principle of self-initiative, the principle of priority, and the principle of mentorship. And self-initiative, this is a huge, huge thing. And it's something that we talk about in New Thought quite often, because ultimately our journey is our own. We can't take someone else's journey. No one else can take our journey for us. And no one and nothing can really inspire us to take the next step until we are ready. And it won't necessarily be from an external source. It'll be something from within. It'll be some form of nudge or kick or scream or push or whatever sort of thing that is that greater vision of who and what we can become, pulling us out of our existing comfort zone to become that much more awesome, that much more amazing, have a much more incredible experience of who and what we are and what we are capable of. And so that self-initiative, I thought, was so important, that people really, 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 it's such a great reminder that nobody can make that decision for us. When we're ready, we know. Mm-hmm.
Yes. And
Mm-hmm.
I have experienced very powerful seed planters, and they just find the fertile soil in you, and they just drop a little seed. And yes, it has to germinate, and I have to be the one to tend it. I have to be the one to maintain it and to allow it to come to fruit and blossom. But I have met some great seed planters. So just, I love community and I love collaboration. I love being witnessed in groups, expanding. And yes, it does come from within. And I just wanted to add that I'm really grateful for the seed planters that I've met.
I thank you, because I think that ties in really nicely to the third principle, without wanting to skip over the second one, but the third one of mentorship, because mentorship can come in so many different ways. And this opportunity to be in community with people who think differently, who maybe, and this isn't quite the way that I want to say it, because it's not a competition, it's not a race, it's not a linear path, but who may be more like further down the path than we are. So maybe they're just, you know, open to more, have experienced more, maybe have more tools in their spiritual tool belt. To be around people like that is so important because they help us to stretch. They do plant those seeds that then we get to tend and allow to germinate. And then we are the ones who then get to, you know, reap the fruits of, you know, whatever those seeds are. So yeah, so important. Thank you very much for sharing that. Life totally, yes, and now the principle of priority, that's what really stood out for me. Because as I was journaling this morning, then I just wrote down, what are my priorities? And then I just started listing all sorts of things, you know, physical fitness, finances, the work that I get to do, the call on my heart, the relationship with my kid, my marriage, my home, my office space, just like all these things. And like, what's the number one thing that requires attention in this category or in this aspect of my life? It's time I look at that. You know, like it's not like I've never looked at it, but right now feels like it's time to look at that. And so it is important to notice, where is it that things no longer work? Where is it that we've become complacent? Where is it that maybe we've been a little lackadaisical or apathetic, or we've gotten so comfortable in the discomfort that it's really hard to let it go because it's just so familiar.
Mm-hmm.
So what is the priority for your personal growth, your personal transformation, for your spiritual evolution? And if you don't know what it is, maybe it's time to sit down and do some writing or journaling or meditating or communing, you know, with nature, with someone, you know, something to sort of shake things up so that we can open up to, what is possible and what's important right here, right now. Thoughts?
Yeah, I have thoughts. I mean, when you first started talking, I was like, oh great, this is going to be about the essence of change, right? What are the ingredients to change? Because in the work that I do around the art of being human and conscious communication and conflict transformation, in order to be different, right? In order to, if you have a relationship where there's tension or conflict and you want to transmute that into one of connection, love, and compassion, then what in me needs to change in order for that to be true? And what I find is that there has to be more discomfort in the status quo. Like you won't change until that scale tips.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like the pain of not doing becomes greater than the pain of doing.
Mm-hmm.
And that seems to be a really powerful catalyst. And so I love talking about the ingredients to change. What will make it possible for you to have more of whatever it is you want in your life?
Yeah.
And making a list of your priorities is a great way to get square with your own desire.
Yeah.
Now I want to offer something else just as a little gift right here for this moment, being in early January. Yeah. Winter solstice was December 21st. So, depending on when you're watching this recording, we're however many days into January. And that means that we're 15, 20 plus days into the thick of the cold, dark season. And I gave myself permission this year to cocoon. This is the
Mm.
gestation period. And so this is the first year that I am conscious of this opportunity, to give myself permission to not present a shiny new version of myself to the
Mm-hmm.
world, to not make a commitment to how I'm going to do more, be better, even do less, you know,
Mm-hmm.
clear out a cabinet or a cupboard. I am giving myself permission whenever it's possible to tuck in, to make soup,
Mm-hmm.
to wear soft, fuzzy clothing, and do less. But the less equals more. Like,
Hmm.
it's giving back to myself during this season of hibernation. And
Yeah.
I'm really leaning into that in a new way and looking at my social calendar and wondering what I can take off
Hmm.
in favor of more time for reflection, reading a book. And February is going to come along, and I see that as the season of germination. And spring's going to come along in March and April, and then we'll be ready to blossom because we've
Hmm.
taken this time. So even as I look at naming my priorities and what I'm going to take initiative on, I think right now I'm taking initiative on prioritizing the cocoon phase of the deep of winter. And it's really aligning with my soul in a way that I could have never anticipated.
I so appreciate those thoughts and those sentiments. I mean, even I wear cozy sweaters a lot, and just right now, this is feeling extra cozy, for those reasons that you just mentioned. Is to be able to just really pause, slow down, and to not feel necessarily so expansive, but to just really cozy up to yourself and be with yourself and allow yourself the opportunity to slow down and just be and be warm and just, like everything that you said, from the planting to the germination to then the unfurlment and then the blossoming eventually in spring. This is a necessary step. And so making that a priority of the evolution is so vital and so essential. So thank you very much for that,
Yeah.
Sheri.
Now, that said, we are still producing events at
We
VTC that
are.
we want to invite everyone into.
Mhm.
And I want to offer you a hearty congratulations for your big turnout for the January 6th Burning Bowl ceremony.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, full house, and people coming in to enjoy visioning
Hmm.
and releasing.
Yeah.
I know that you're going to have another incredible Elevate coming up on Wednesday. We open the doors at 6:45 for a 7 o'clock program. You open with meditation
Yeah.
for people that want to come and sit and collect themselves
Yeah.
before listening to more wisdom.
Yeah, and part of what we do on Sundays and at Elevate and sometimes on Radiate, the fourth Fridays of the month, is to interact with each other, is to get into some conscious conversation and juicy discussion about whether it is the theme of the year. There's always more in 2024, whether it's the theme of the month, which is foundation, or whether it is the talk that has just been given, but an opportunity for the community to connect with itself, with each other, which is just, that's part of our germination of VTC in this new incarnation, right? So
Yes.
yeah, join us, join us, join us. And then Sheri, you have another Radiate that is in the works that is coming up on the
Hmm.
fourth Friday of January
That's the 26th.
26th.
Yep, I've got a musical duo of Carrie and Gary. And interesting story, Carrie and I went to grade school and high school together here on the island out in the West Shore. And her husband is a beautiful musician, and she accompanies him uh, in song, and they're going to be performing. We've got
Mm,
some other surprising entertainment lined up. I'm very excited. We've got a poet, and we've got some unusual ecstatic dancers coming. So
yeah.
it'll be a lovely gathering. Friday the 26th at 7 p.m. We'll put a link below to the victoriatruecenter.org where you'll find information about our upcoming events.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. So, on that note, thank you to everyone who has tuned in today. And we're so excited to see. Let's see, what are you prioritizing for yourself right now? Are you finding that it's a good time to cocoon, to sort of go within, to really sort of not hibernate, but just slow down and sort of just be with where you are so that as the warmer weather comes and as things start to unfurl and unfold and germinate and and blossom, that you're just present there for every single moment of that continual amazing evolution. We would love to hear. So drop a comment below, let us know, and we look forward to connecting with you, whether it is online, whether it is in person. We are so excited that you are part of the Victoria True Center community. So that's it for today for another episode of What's Up, Spirit?
What's up?
Reverend Lesia here, Sheri Hauser there. We look forward to seeing you again in a week's time. Bye for now.